it's not. We're gonna tune in like, what the fuck are they talking about? So Chance is gay. Welcome to the show.
The animated version of me. Yeah. I want to make myself a cartoon. I want to make a cartoon. The show will be called Black Suburbia. And it's like a darker version of the Boondocks.
Just everything's boring and sucks.
Interesting. I don't know where you would go with that, but
I have some. I will go through some personal stories. Well, you know, Boondocks is it's really based out of Columbia, Maryland. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, the guy,
I know that
creator of it, Aaron McGregor. He went to Oakland Mills High School, which I went to the same high school, and he created that based upon yeah, I think it's just too far.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
he created the show from the atmosphere of Columbia, Maryland. So I for years have been thinking about it's actually a book that I'm writing called Black Suburbia. Some crazy stories in this neighborhood.
So what's the hook there? What's the book jacket elevator pitch? Like young Chance growing up in Columbia, Maryland.
It's basically about two brothers, black brothers, growing up into adulthood. One, the older brother, he's in college, comes back home. He's realizing how much things have changed since he came back home. The little brother is actually going through, he's the main character. He's going through adolescence and, he's dealing with sex, drugs, bullying. He hasn't found his own identity. And so like, it's kind of like, a way to, it's a coming of age tale, but there's
sounds like every sitcom ever.
Really?
If you think about
I guess so, but it's in a perspective.
You just did like
Brothers Garcia.
Like seriously, like every 80s, 90s sitcom had that same theme.
Okay, all right. Well,
with a little twist.
Yeah. This Black Suburbia is definitely darker. It's like, I mean, when you hear about suburbia, you don't think about black.
Real quick, before we get even more sidetracked, welcome back, Last Call Podcast.
Hey,
hello,
Mikey T here. Tristan phoning in from Ohio.
Yep,
and we have a local hobo rapper.
Be nice.
Chance Willz is in the building.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Former podcast host.
Yeah, former podcast host.
No, we're actually shooting Can't Get Right tomorrow night. Or tomorrow morning.
Season 3?
Season 3.
Season
3.
I've lost
4.
track.
Season 4, I think, right?
No, it's season 3. Season 3. Back in full effect. Last year was season 2. How long you guys been on here?
I don't know. I just show up and drink each week.
Yeah, you guys just go.
18 months, I guess.
Breaks. 8 months?
18 months?
18 months.
I think we started October 2016, give or take.
About right. Yeah, that's when we came back, right?
Yeah.
Because it was May, I think, that we did the first go around.
Right.
Yeah, you could tell that Can't Get Right is a black podcast. We take breaks.
You're late.
Yeah, we're late on them. You know what I mean? If we do a good full month, we're kind of like, I think we did our job by now. Let's go on vacation for a little bit.
What do we have to look forward to this year at over at Club Get Right?
Oh man,
Raekwon and Jaquan's N-Bomb happy hour. We
have to get right back into. There's a lot of crazy things that's been happening. I've gotten some talk from other people that listen to our podcast. They don't like when we go political, which is fine. I don't like it when we go political neither, because it's not like we know what the fuck we're talking about when we're drunk.
We try to dodge politics as much as we can too.
Yeah. It's it's not. That's not how the fuck we are. It's, I mean, can't get right is can't get right. So why are we gonna try to prove them wrong talking about politics?
You're gonna solve the world's problems.
Yeah.
After 4 bottles of Hennessy.
Yeah, exactly. So no, we try to stray away from that. I was told that we shouldn't talk about sex so much. I'm like, why?
Whoever told you that is not your friend.
Yeah. He's actually a Trump supporter. But
surprise.
Yeah. He's like, I like it when you guys talk about, rap music. I don't like it when you guys talk about, sex so much. I'm like, people don't like it when we talk about music.
I mean, there's only so much you can talk about any given topic. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, a lot of people, me and Dixon, we could talk about music all day. But we understand that's not what people want to hear from us. When we talk about personal issues, shit that I went through, shit that he went through, that's when people were actually like the stories, But
can we talk about the scuffle at a Ghost Bar?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
so considering I can't say half of the story.
You just can't say the word.
Right, yeah. But I feel weird. I hate. It's like, what do they say? N-word is just white people's way of getting away with saying it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's like,
well, basically.
Yeah, but I'm sure as shit not gonna say it. Fuck that.
Yeah. Obviously, that's worse. But
basically, and I want to talk about my thoughts on it after the fact it happened. So basically, I'm sitting at the bar at Portales, and there's this guy, heavy set white dude. Clearly, he's white, but he has tattoos and everything like that. He says
he has an urban demeanor.
Yeah, yeah. So he says "nigga" one time, and when he says it, I mean, my antennas go up, but like. I check him, but not in a sense of like, yo, don't say this shit, I'm gonna fuck you up. I thought I was kind of like, I don't think I was disrespectful saying it. I was just yo, just watch him out.
I would say you were stern but reasonable. You're like, come on, man, you can't say that. Just watch what you say. Yeah,
but he became really defiant and like to a point where he was challenging me. And that's when he kind of put me in a position where it's like, all right, like, you want to fight over this shit? I didn't know if he wanted to fight or not.
Well, the problem was this was at like fucking 1:30.
Yeah.
So this is after everyone has had a full night of drinking.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I get up out of my seat. Basically, he's like, what? I can say I don't give a fuck. My baby mama's black. Nigga. I'm from the hood. Where you from? You from Howard County? I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Just because I'm from Howard County, like that gives you a pass to say that? It just blew my mind. His justification on why he felt like he should say it. I don't give a fuck if you sleep with black women.
I'd just like to say I'm already uncomfortable.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to be confrontational. I wasn't trying to, be any way towards him, but the way that he tried to challenge me, and then that's when I had to get defensive. And I got up, I got my pizza, and I was getting ready to go. But he's kept talking, and then more people are getting involved, they're getting in between us, and then he's raising his voice, and then that's when it looks like that we're about to fight. Dixon comes out of nowhere, pushes somebody. I don't know who the fuck he pushes.
It was one of the bouncers.
Yeah, one of the.
So now we have employees, bouncers. Like the only people not fighting are the two people that are supposedly in a fight.
Yeah.
Fucking. I mean, comedy. Is this the point where somebody hits somebody else with a bottle, and then people are hitting each other with chairs? And
it didn't get that far. It stopped really quick because my girlfriend came up because apparently she was like, "Oh, somebody's fighting." And she was in the bathroom, and then she came upstairs, and she saw that I was involved, and she was pulling me. She was like, I'm on probation right now. So she was like, listen, you're on probation. Once she said that shit, I was coming to my senses. I was like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? I was like, do I really want to do this shit over?
She jumped on your back like a spider monkey.
Yeah. She pulled me. I've never had somebody pull me that hard. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I saw it was her.
It looked like he had a backpack on. Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, she's just there. Like, stop. Like,
and once she came, the cop came right behind me, and she was like, there's a cop right there. I was like, oh, fuck this shit. So I leave. I'm thinking when I leave, somebody's going to hand me my pizza. All I wanted was my pizza. So as I'm leaving, I kept saying, I want my pizza. I want my pizza. I'm done with this fucking fight. I don't give a fuck if he says it now. Like, I want my pizza. So I went home with no pizza, pissed off. I was hangry by the time I got home. But let me say something now. Like, I can't. It's almost to the point where I can't even be mad at white people saying nigga now. Like, it's like, fuck it. Because I was irritated that my own friends, my own girlfriend, my own friend who's black is telling me, oh, listen, he grew up and, that's just how he, talks. It's like, I have white friends that grew up in that environment, but they're not saying that shit everywhere in public. They'll say it around the people that they know that they could get away with. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what just kind of made me uncomfortable, because he felt like he could say it around me, and I don't know him. That's another thing. I don't know who the fuck he is. Yeah. I don't care who the fuck he is. But it just irritated me that he would say that shit so frivolously, and just pretty much just spit in my face afterwards. Be like, fuck, I'm gonna say it.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it became less about the fact that he said it and more that he was like, so like, well, I'm allowed to say it. He could have just been like, oh, my bad, and you're like, cool, yeah, and then it's done. And then even if he did say it again, at least if he acknowledged, like, I pissed off somebody when I said it, I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
like, he's not, obviously he's trying to say that he's not out there saying it to piss people off, but he is, so he should at least
basically, it really pissed me off when he said, I can say it, my baby mama's black. That's
a more extreme version of, I have black friends.
My best friend is black. What the fuck does that mean? Like, slave owners fuck black women. Okay, so what? What are you saying? It was like,
Jesus, that's a good point.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
So I was like,
dark, but it's a good point.
I'm supposed to be, his white dick was in some nigger pussy. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. I'm just waiting for you to say boy cunt again.
Give me
just that. Now that
So I don't want to be the white guy who drags his black friend onto his talk show and asks him to defend the use of the N-word for all the black people everywhere.
You talking about Bill Maher?
Yeah. I am curious, though. Did you hear the context of the original usage that he had? I'm not saying it matters. I'm purely curious.
To Bill Maher.
No, not Bill Maher. The guy who goes
he's saying that he doesn't want us to be the ones that are like,
okay.
Hey,
I don't want to drag you on here and be like, Chance, let's talk about how white people can do something that black people can't, or vice versa. You know what I mean? I'm curious. What did you hear?
I don't think I knew. It was something along the lines of, well, that nigga, or you know what I mean? Like it was like some regular homeboy talk.
It was just like an exclamation.
Okay. Yeah. But it made me uncomfortable because I felt like I was the only person that heard that, and I don't know. That shit made me uncomfortable. Like I wasn't raised to to just let that shit slide. Like,
I am not begrudging you being uncomfortable, regardless of what the context was. I was purely curious because I agree with you. It's not really appropriate for white people to use, but there are different ways to bandy that word about, and some of them are more wildly inappropriate than others. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll even say, I even have a friend who I grew up with who for years, I met him when I was 9 years old. He didn't even start saying it until we were like 14. And sometimes he'll still say it, but he knows his place, and he knows I don't like it when he fucking says the shit. But he knows he's not gonna say it, around, people that he doesn't know. And that was just my thing. If you do say it, okay, say it around people that you know. Don't say it in the middle of a fucking bar and feel like you're safe. Not to say I'm gonna do something, because I mean, clearly I didn't do anything.
You're like, I'm gonna stab him.
Yeah,
it's like, damn. All right.
And it wasn't, and that's one thing I want to say. I wasn't trying to be confrontational. I wasn't trying to be physical with him. If it got to that point, whatever, that's fine. But I was trying to talk to him, but you can't reason with niggas.
Side question.
Language.
True fact.
You can't reason with, and honestly,
that used to be my away message on Instant Messenger.
You say honestly, I feel like the word nigga is white, black. It's not just black people too. It's white niggas.
Yeah, I would agree, but still, white people shouldn't say it.
Yeah, they shouldn't say it.
Well, let me ask. There's sort of a flip side to that coin.
Kardashians are niggas.
Ugh, let's not talk about them at all.
Okay. Well, I will give a perfect example on why they are, but
maybe later. So, I have a friend that he likes to just instigate people.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's black. He likes to share all the stuff where it's like everything.
You're talking about old ass Antoine?
No.
Wow, okay.
Don't pick on your uncle like that. No, because it's just, my boy Castro, but he shares all the stuff that essentially it's like the conspiracy theories where everything is related to the white privilege. Everything is white privilege, everything is racism, and some of the stuff he believes, some of it he's just throwing out there to just rile up people.
Yeah.
I'll message him every once in a while. I was like, I know you're smarter than that.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I just like to fuck with people. I was like, you're a dedicated troll. Like, I can't just share dumb shit like that.
I could be that way sometimes too. But sometimes a lot of people take me very seriously.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that people don't get my humor. And so I try not to act like that all the time.
So the reason I bring that up is he has this one friend who is always the most vocal on all those posts.
Yeah.
And it's a white girl.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Everything is the white patriarchy. Everything is like white men's fault. She's always apologizing for white people.
Oh, really? Oh, so she's apologizing.
Well, but
does she like black cock?
But what she's not really apologizing. Oh. She's like, look at me. Look how much I stand up for black people.
Oh, okay.
See, it's white men's fault.
She wants to be the token white girl.
Yeah. So then.
Well, does she like black cock?
I don't know. I don't know her. But I ruined her day the other day.
Yeah.
So.
You tend to do that.
Yeah. I've been known to do that from time to time. My friend posted an unrelated post. Oh, it was like about Black Panther coming out. And it was like, in quotes, I don't even understand why it's such a big deal. It's just a comic book movie, and it's a picture of like a flat ass, just to represent.
Okay.
It's like,
I saw that shit. I saw that meme. Yeah.
And I thought that was funny. Like I fucking like that shit. And then this girl comes in and then lays into my friend, and is just saying, "Oh, you want to fight for black rights? You want to share this misogynist stuff?" And now it's on this fucking everything is misogyny and patriarchy and all this stuff.
Fucking annoying, man. And honestly, I've been treading lightly with misogynistic shit because this Me Too shit has been going on. And
well, I've made this point before where it's like that's a problem when you have people like this.
Yeah,
that get all the way upset about every little thing.
Overly sensitive.
So then when they get all the way upset about something that matters, it in everyone's eyes, it means less.
Yeah.
Because she got just as upset at this stupid meme as she did about, you know, Weinstein raping all these girls.
And then all of a sudden, comedy doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the problem. This was a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously a joke.
Yeah.
He's not saying like, oh, well, I'm, you know, turning women into pieces. Shut up. It's a fucking joke. Lighten up. So they go back and forth. He tries to explain himself. She's doing the ad hom and like just tearing into him, saying how he's stupid and he's supporting misogyny and stuff. She's being an absolute cunt about it. And then she ends it and says, all right, well, clearly I'm not going to change your mind. Clearly you've drunk the Kool-Aid. And then I chime in. I'm like, Kool-Aid, racist. Like all the black guys just start losing it. They're like, oh shit, that's fucking awesome. And she's like, Kool-Aid is reference to cults, you jackass. And I was like, yeah, cults created by white men. Stop appropriating my culture. And she did not find that as funny as everyone else did.
See, it's fucking annoying seeing that shit. Oh, I do want to say something about
but the problem is the stuff you guys are saying is totally legit. Like, you can't be you don't want to be the political correctness police about everything.
No.
Take a fucking joke. I'm with you. The problem is that's the shit that real racists say when they make really racist jokes.
And they don't say LOL at the end.
What's that?
Have a GIF. Real racists don't have an LOL at the end or a GIF or a picture at the end. They're dead serious.
Yeah, well, I see what you're getting at, Tristan, because there are people that'll really push that limit.
Okay,
like they'll make
actually
a joke,
racist,
they're like,
and then they're just like, lighten up, bro. Like,
it's not clever.
That's like that kid Mike Bustle from Georgia, Mike.
That's exactly.
No, it's cool.
Oh yeah, brown tooth white dude. Yeah.
Yeah, Snaggle, the scraggly one. Is that what you called? Or no, that's what Haskins called him.
I stayed out of that. I don't know if I said something or not, but I did laugh my ass off because I was right next to Dixon while all of that happened. But I think every dark situation in life, there needs to be some light humor. So racism is funny.
Like, why does it gotta be light humor?
Shit, I'm not homophobic, but homosexuals are funny.
Sounds like something a homophobe would say.
Yeah. Homosexuals can be funny. This trans.
You can't say that, Chance.
Why? Why? Racism is funny.
If he says a black joke, blanket statements out there like that. Like if I was like, as a people, blacks are funny. That's not okay.
When you say it like that, but goddamn, why are you gonna?
That's exactly how you said it.
Okay?
So I'll tell you the difference. It's like, did you say black people are funny, or do you say the blacks are funny?
That's true.
I think that's the fine line between humor and racism.
Yeah, and it's like honestly, everything has to be tasteful and clever. You know, like you make jokes about a lot of black people. People may think you're a racist if they don't have a funny bone. I find it funny. Yeah,
that's what I mean. That's why I had to make that post the other day just to clear things up. So I don't need people dropping hard R's near me. Like it's like they didn't confide in me.
Right.
It's like you're making some kind of sense. Like no, shut the fuck up.
Right on, brother. Right on, bro. I've been trying to tell. I hate
this guy's making a lot of sense.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, buddy? I want to take you to a meeting.
No.
Yeah, I do think that all that shit is funny. I think black people's humor is funny. White people humor is funny. I was watching Dave Chappelle's show yesterday. I was watching a stand-up. It was For What It's Worth. And he's talking about R. Kelly peeing on a 15-year-old. And I looked at that shit and I was like, you know what? He would get killed for that shit right now. If that came out right now. But honestly, it was kind of funny. And I kind of felt bad for laughing at it. I mean, for one, I'm older now. When that episode came out, I was 9 years old. So that shit was like, I remember seeing the R. Kelly, sex tape and downloading it on LimeWire. And yeah, statute of limitations are up by now, I think. So,
that's a thing with child pornography, Chance. I'd walk that statement back a little bit.
Again, I was 9 years old. At when that happened. So
when you might have allegedly, possibly,
I didn't even know what.
Who knows what it was at this point? Could have been Pokemon. Maybe it was the R. Kelly sex tape, and maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah, they labeled it wrong. I was trying to get an Eminem song.
It happens to the best.
And then the R. Kelly sex tape popped up. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck is this girl? Oh shit!
Remember, kids, allegedly.
Allegedly. You have to say that nowadays, man. Allegedly, you don't want that fucking Hey, you Adam Reed, you've been served.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly not. You're gonna end up there with Jared.
Oh shit! I heard he got raped.
Probably. Cheers to that.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're out of Fireball. So I'm enjoying a nice, warm natty daddy with
What's wrong with you?
The
fuck Fireball. Anyways, I'd rather have a natty daddy.
The basement of beers. What's the opposite of champagne?
A sparkling cider.
No, like some of the
malt liquor.
Yeah, malt liquor.
I mean, that's essentially what this
natty
is.
Daddy is the opposite of champagne.
You are correct.
That is the other end.
This is definitely malt liquor.
This is the natty daddy of beers.
Yeah,
that's how bad it is. It is the example of how bad something is.
Speaking of warm beers, Super Bowl appeared last Sunday. One of the, if not the highest scoring Super Bowl we've seen, perhaps ever.
What?
Yeah.
I think it was the most yards too.
Yeah,
the highest scoring.
I think so. I think it was the most combined points in any Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think you're right too.
Is that you saying that, or like do you have actual information that supported that?
I had heard that.
You heard that? Okay.
We're just making shit up.
Because honestly, I don't.
I mean, that's a pretty high scoring game.
And it was a high scoring game, but goddamn, it was that.
I mean, what was it? 41 to 33. I mean, that's high. That's high scoring for any football game.
Yeah.
Let alone the final game.
The 49ers and the Ravens won Super Bowl. Like, what?
That was probably 20 points less. I don't even remember that.
I don't remember that.
Too lazy to count.
Yeah.
The point is, Tom Brady lost.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Happy for that.
I'm so torn on all of that stuff.
You would be a Tom Brady fan.
I am not a Tom Brady fan. I'll tell you what I'm not a fan of.
Skyler.
I am not a Tom Brady fan, but what I am more not a fan of is people who won't shut the fuck up about the 86 Dolphins or whatever the fuck it is, the undefeated team, and fucking Pittsburgh fans who won't stop bandying about their. It's the second time I've used the word bandying tonight. It's not a fucking word I use. Pittsburgh fans who won't shut the fuck up about having 6 rings. I just want somebody to make them shut the fuck up, and Tom getting one more would have done that.
I honestly kind of wanted.
It would have just added one more person that wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I was torn because I wanted to see Tom Brady would be the first, besides who else, Bart Starr, to win that many.
What, individual player?
Yeah, Super Bowls.
I think he's. I think he's number one with a bullet.
He'd be number one. Okay,
I think he's already.
Okay,
yeah, the Steelers have 6, but I think it's with 3 different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what the first one was.
Yeah, man.
Don't particularly care either.
Yeah. But I was torn. For the most. Well, first off, I haven't seen football all season. I boycotted. But I kind of wanted to see the Super Bowl because I am a fan of fucking football. I love football, but I found out who was playing. I was like Eagles in New England. We haven't seen this shit since what 04, and I was a Eagles fan in 04. You know why? Terrell Owens was my favorite football player.
Yeah, he would be.
Yeah.
Wait, he got in the Hall of Fame, right?
He got into the Hall of Fame. I was ecstatic to hear that shit because that motherfucker has been fighting. What is it, tooth and nail? I don't know. Yeah. This natty daddy's got me itching.
Cheers.
He's been fighting to get that shit, and I've been feeling bad for him because the people have been trying to kick him on the wayside. But never mind that right now. But the Eagles in New England, I was thinking I want Tom Brady to actually. I kind of want to see history be made, but then again, I want history being made for the Eagles as well. I want to see them win. It's like
Philly deserved one.
It's like Mayweather. I'm not a fan of Floyd, but I kind of want to see him win. I kind of just want to see him keep going.
Meh.
That makes that less so. I mean, nobody, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick have never been accused of domestic violence. Like they're kind of pieces of shit. But
Tom Brady's been accused of.
Got him.
I'd have to say allegedly, but he was kissing his son on his mouth.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
I just threw that out there to be an asshole.
Yeah, no, I get
That's
it.
a non-issue.
I
think.
But this motherfucker's been cheating for years, and we don't know what Tom Brady's been doing to his wife. He probably
we don't know. You're right. He's probably a little bit of a cheater, and he's a piece of shit. But he's not like a Floyd Mayweather piece of shit. I mean, Floyd Mayweather is human.
Floyd Mayweather is people call him a piece of shit because he wins and he talks about how he wins.
No, it's because he's an actual serial woman beater. That's why he's a piece of shit.
Who else has he beaten?
Like every relationship he's been in.
Yeah,
he settled a whole bunch of cases.
They fell on his hands.
Repeatedly.
I'm gonna sound like an asshole.
Let's clear that up. That was also a joke.
Yeah, just a joke.
So here's the difference though with your example, I think, is that that's like making history and you'd like to see somebody continue to be dominant. But that would be like if the Patriots picked who they fought or picked who they faced every time. Because that's effectively what Floyd has done since midway through his career. He's had five or six fights where he had any chance of having competition.
Okay. I can agree with you on that.
I decided I didn't like him when I saw the De La Hoya fight because his face looked like hamburger after it, but he won on points, and I was like, I'm done watching boxing.
Yeah. I always go back to that fight after when he fought Maidana, in 2012, and that's when I didn't really know shit about boxing back then. I still don't really know, but I enjoy the sport a lot. I kept going, always go back to that fight. I'm like, yo, he whipped his ass, not whipped, whooped his ass.
Whipped.
Yeah, he really whooped his ass. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of games where I felt like the Ravens should have won and the Patriots got them. It's kind of you could go back and forth with it. I don't know. But the main thing is the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Kevin Hart got shit wasted, and he tried to get on stage and hold the Super Bowl trophy.
That trophy's the size of Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that's.
Can you imagine if it was a hockey game? Like he could Kevin Hart could sit in the Stanley Cup.
You know what? I thought that was cool for Kevin Hart, man. Kevin Hart is winning, and if my brother texted me the day after, he was like, "What the fuck is up with him?" I was like, honestly, if I was in his shoes, I'd probably do the same shit. Why the fuck not? And he can make fun of himself afterwards. Nobody's bashing him for doing it. So the fuck what?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
He flew too close to the sun. It happens. I mean, he's a multi-millionaire, arguably one of the most famous comics on the planet right now. I mean, he's killing it every way. He tried to get up on the Super Bowl stage. Fuck it. I've never tried to do something dumb while I was drunk.
At least he didn't eat poop.
Yeah, he could have.
About that. So these Philly fans are burning shit and eating poop. You know what?
A Philly fan did eat some poop, and the first guy to do it was a Cavaliers fan after the Cavs won the finals.
Oh, really? I didn't know there was history to eating poop.
Well, that's the history. Is there was video that surfaced after the Cavs won the final of a guy taking not one but 2 big bites of horse shit. Nobody really knows why.
Okay. All right, this is not allegedly. So
there's video.
I have to say, is he a paint chip eater as well? That's the only way you're gonna, who was eating shit? Was he white or black?
Oh, it was a black guy.
I'm
just kidding. It was a white guy.
I know. Black people ain't eating no shit. I'll tell you that.
I have no idea. I assume he was white.
No, he looked like a guy.
Nigga,
imagine a guy.
You don't eat no shit, white boy.
Picture in your head a guy who would get super drunk and take a bite of horse shit after the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
I'm picturing
him in your head. That's exactly what he looked like.
I wonder if we can interview this guy. Let's get him on the Last Call podcast.
Oh man, that sounds about white.
Hey,
I am offended.
That's racist.
Shit. For what though? Because they won. Well, what happened if they lost?
Nobody really knows why he did it. Like, I've never been so excited that I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm so psyched. I'm gonna eat a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna film it. Nah, man.
Oh, there's a bunch of film. It's one of those classic things where, like, they must have been goading him into it for a while, and then the phone video picks up, and there's like a dozen people around him, all like, "Do it, dude, do it," and they're all holding their phones, videoing him, like for no reason.
Do it, man, do it, just do it.
And the funny part is he gets down onto his hands and knees, and he's wearing an Eagles scarf, and he like carefully like folds it back so that his scarf doesn't get into the shit that he's about to eat.
He's like, I'm classy.
I'm excited.
Stuff doesn't usually bother me, but man,
should have stuck his pinky out while he was eating it too. It says, do you have any Grey Poupon?
He's like cutting it up with a fork and knife. This is quality horse shit.
Philly basically imploded overnight. People rolling cars. They collapsed the awning at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel.
That was the
things on fire.
Shit. I saw that and I was like, they should have never gave you niggas a Super Bowl. You guys don't know how to act.
Well, we say that like that wouldn't have happened because New England. Think about what areas are encompassed by New England.
New England has never behaved like that.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I can't really even compare that. Boston does some wild shit, but Boston.
Can you imagine? Wait, can you imagine if Buffalo ever wins a Super Bowl? Wait, have they ever in the past? I don't know.
No, I don't think they ever have.
Maybe a long time ago, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't paid attention long enough to remember, but. Point is,
they never been
every season you see like the antics are always the Buffalo fans.
Fuck that, or the Cleveland fans.
There's no Cleveland fans. It's just them sitting sad in the corner, like debating whether to slit their wrists or not.
Drinking natty.
Nobody here gave a shit about the Super Bowl this year. They've just like football is dead to them. Like it is not in their hearts anymore. Shit. And now even the Cavaliers suck dick, and the Indians got bounced from the playoffs, and this place is a sports nightmare right now.
Is LeBron James leaving Cleveland?
Supposedly.
He might, but I mean, they suck right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. And typically the Cavs are the one shining ray of hope this city has in the middle of the the Arctic winter, and now it's just dull and hopeless here.
Dave Chappelle's winning. He lives in Ohio.
He's from Ohio. Does he live here? No chance he lives here.
No, he probably
he lives in Ohio. He's not from. He's from Maryland.
That's right. He lives in Ohio. Why would he live in Ohio?
Because nobody goes to Ohio, so he doesn't want to be bothered. You know what? That's a good idea. And once I get rich, I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna live around here.
Let's all move to Ohio. Take this show on the road. Last call. Last get right call. Reunion World Tour.
Yeah, we're gonna do a tour.
We only go to Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Do different clubs in Ohio. Bring money to the state, man. You know, because of whatever's going on over there. How's the Buckeyes?
Corn.
The Buckeyes have a good season.
Is that a corn state?
Corn? No. That's Nebraska.
Corn state. It's
Nebraska. The corn's further west. Here
more
is
stars and dust.
Like one state in from either coast, and I just assume it's all corn.
Yeah, no, we just we export despair here.
Our main export is crippling depression.
I don't really know what the industry is here in Ohio, and I guess maybe that's part of the problem. I
don't know.
We have a lot of hospitals. We're sick people generally. I don't fucking know. I was wrong, by the way. This Super Bowl was 1 point shy of getting the scoring record.
Wait, what'd you say?
The Super Bowl combined total scoring was 1 point shy of getting the scoring record. There's been a Super Bowl that scored 1 point more than this one.
Oh, no shit. Which
I don't know
which one was that?
I don't know because the article I read didn't link to it, but
probably because nobody cared.
Yeah,
from like 40 years ago.
1978.
It's like super. It was like before it was called the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was just like a regional championship, some shit. Whatever.
It would also appear that the Buffalo Bills have never won an NFL Super Bowl. They did win the AFL championships in 1964 and 1965, but that appears to be the closest they've gotten.
That's depressing.
Yeah. Don't kill yourself.
At least, yeah. At least you don't live in Buffalo.
So you mentioned the whole, like Sixburg and people that are obsessed with talking shit about like how many rings they've won or championships.
The worst people, yes.
Yeah. So we have a friend that is that prototypical dickhead Steelers fan, and he had some status that said like,
does he have a glass jaw?
Yes, I've heard stories. We won't get into that though. So he had some status that said like, sorry Tom, I guess we still are the only ones with 6 or whatever. And I commented, I was like, I wish I could get as excited about other people's accomplishments as you do. Because like I've said multiple times, I like sports. I want my team to win, but if they don't, it's not gonna really upset me. Yeah, like I'll be mad in the moment, and then I'm fine. But
that'll fuck up somebody's year.
Yeah. Well, that's what Tristan, his response to my saying that was like, however much you invest is how much you get out of it. Yeah. So it's like, if you are all in, it's like either it's crippling defeat or it's absolute.
Like, you guys
lose your mind excited.
You guys ever seen that movie?
It's eating horse shit excited.
Yeah. You guys ever seen that movie Celtic Pride with Damon Wayans and Dan Aykroyd and who's that other guy that was he was one of the robbers and kidnappers in Home Alone? Not Joe Pesci.
I can't remember.
I don't know the other one's name.
But you guys know what I'm talking about. The curly head motherfucker. He was bushwhacked.
No.
So there's a movie called Celtic Pride And Damon Wayans is like he's playing on the Phoenix Suns or some shit like that. And he's like the superstar player or whatever. And he plays the Celtics and he's killing them. And after the game, Dan Aykroyd and that guy kidnap him. And because they're about to play like the final game and they don't want him to beat them or obviously or some shit like that. But their whole life has been Celtics pride. They live in like a 1-bedroom apartment. Everything is Celtics pride shit. And that's what kind of what you're talking about, what it is. Motherfuckers who put their whole lives into these fucking teams, but these teams ain't cutting no damn check. Listen, I love the Ravens. They lose, all right, fuck it. I'm irritated. Maybe for like maybe a week, because I got to deal with motherfuckers at my job who like to rub it in my face. Other than that, you know, who's gonna cry over spilled milk? You know what I mean?
I'd never heard of Celtic Pride before, so I looked it up. That looks like a wacky romp, 1996. Do you know who wrote Celtic Pride?
No.
Judd Apatow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, he has a lot of those gems, man.
Judd Apatow
and
Colin Quinn.
That gem.
No, it's actually it's a funny movie. Yeah, I mean it's very obscure, but it's a good movie.
The other Home Alone robber is Daniel Stern.
Okay. You guys seen Heavyweights, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Judd Apatow created that.
No shit.
Yes. So that's what I mean. And that is like the darkest, funniest Disney movie ever.
Is that Disney?
That was Disney.
See, we don't have to have that problem anymore because Disney owns everything.
What else does Disney own?
Everything.
Marvel, Star Wars.
Really?
Pretty much everything.
They own Harry Potter. I
They
think
own
all of the big franchises.
I mean, when it comes to movie, if it's an existing property, Disney probably owns it. It's insane. Everything Marvel, everything Star Wars.
Disney is its own entity, so nobody owns Disney. Does Sony own?
No, Disney's the top.
Disney is the top. So they're right next to like Viacom and all of that.
I mean,
yeah, at this point, yeah.
I mean, Disney has to have. Viacom might have a more far-reaching, like small screen, collection.
Yeah,
but I mean, now Disney even owns the rights to like Simpsons and all that stuff.
Really?
Because they
I would think Viacom bought Sony, right?
Fuck if I know.
Viacom bought Sony,
and
Sony was Simpsons.
Business is no Fox. It was Simpsons.
Fox was Simpsons. Okay,
that's how they ended up with it.
Okay,
Disney ended up with it.
Okay, well,
that's the big question. It's like they got all these properties that wouldn't really fit with that Disney audience.
Yeah,
and everybody's all worried that all this shit's going to get ruined.
The interesting thing that's going to happen, it sounds like next year, is that Disney is talking about starting their own streaming service. So it would mean pulling everything they own off of Netflix and Hulu and all those other services. So if you want something that's Disney, you got to go to them for it. And I think that's when we'll really start to feel why it's a bad thing.
Well, the big question there is they have the majority of stock in Hulu now.
Netflix? Or Disney?
Disney does. But they're saying they're going to keep it separate because they already had plans to do the whole Disney stream.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay.
I mean, I feel like if I were them, I'd just roll it right into Hulu. I mean, you have an existing platform that people already have.
But did you just say that Netflix and Hulu are like within the same
no
company?
No, they're competing. They're the two.
They're competing. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. Well, I don't fuck with Hulu. I don't. I mean, I don't know if I have Hulu or not. Actually, no, I don't have Hulu. I rarely fuck with Netflix. Netflix has gotten so bad where like you have to you can't see any other films, like you have to literally search for the films. They're not just on display. You have to search for them, like type them in, and you have everything that's on display is the original, like the Netflix originals.
Oh, I mean, they definitely promote their own shit, but
Netflix is
working to a point where they've been flooding it.
They're working towards. They don't want to carry third-party content in the future.
Yeah,
they just want to make their own stuff. They want to be their own studio. HBO's gone the same way. HBO used to be primarily a movie channel, right? Like you'd get them to watch movies, and I still do. But the reason you get HBO now is for their big series, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily as a movie channel option.
Netflix is the new HBO, and Netflix is knocking HBO out.
I don't know, man.
Think about it.
I wouldn't say anybody's.
No. Think about it.
The biggest show on the planet right now.
Yeah, but also if you think about it, as far as like comedians, where did you go to watch comedic stand-ups?
Comedy Central and YouTube.
Okay, yeah, but Comedy Central got those stand-ups from where? HBO.
Oh yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, so now Netflix,
Showtime,
Netflix is taking over that. Netflix is giving out.
Man, I can't wait for that new Monique special.
Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be hot on the street, son.
Yeah, because man, I've been waiting years for more Monique.
She is the most decorative artist that's been on the stage,
other than all the other artists. That whole thing, that fucking blows my mind. So the whole complaint is she's mad that Dave Chappelle makes umpteen more than she does and that what's that fat white bitch that's not
Amy Schumer. She's from Towson, by the way.
Is she? That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Well, isn't she from like Australia?
No, she's from Towson.
Really?
Definitely not from Australia.
Yeah, I don't know where Australia came
from.
Grow up.
Talking
about Iggy Azalea?
Oh, you're talking about okay, Amy Schumer. Gotcha. Never mind. I thought you were talking about the actual fat white girl who's famous. She's got a weird name, Rebel Wilson.
Are you on Pitch Perfect again?
Maybe.
Isn't the fat one from
her character's name is Amy? Yes.
Is her name Amy?
Fat. Amy Schumer's not thin, but like I wouldn't call her fat. That's why I got confused.
She's unpleasantly plump.
Jesus Christ!
I thought she was really hot when she first came out. I thought she could get it. She could get it. But I guess that's not saying
the heat is strong in you tonight, Mikey. Feeling it.
Yeah. You're like chocolate butters.
But
go check out that episode if you haven't seen that before. That was an interesting.
I chose not to ever watch that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty
good. Speaking of Dave Chappelle, though, Faison Love, the guy that played Big Worm in Friday. What's up, Big Perm? Big Worm.
The only big role he ever had.
Yeah. Oh, now he's had a few. There's a lot of. He's never had no main.
Yeah, I was like, what was he in? Like Soul Plane and Barbershop.
That's
racist. Okay. He's one of those guys where you're like,
he was in Soul Plane. Actually, I think
he was in Soul Plane. Monique was in
the most stereotypical movies.
Where else are you gonna find that kid?
He's in a lot of. He does a lot of supportive acting, but he said so. I'm actually a fan of him. He's pretty good.
He's the boss.
Is he also a stand-up comedian?
He is also a stand-up comedian. I've never seen his stand-up work, but
he's the store manager in Elf.
An Elf.
I think he was a football player in one of my favorite.
The Replacements.
Yeah. My guilty pleasure sports movie.
That was shot in Baltimore.
Was it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Why do we know so much useless trivia this episode? Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Like every comment we've made, one of us has had something useless to add to it where we're like, really?
He has Wikipedia in front of him. So
wait. You're the one who said that was shot in Baltimore. I didn't come up with that.
I know that. I know this shit. I mean, don't ask me how I know, but I just know this type of shit.
What is The Wire the musical? What is that?
Wire the musical?
Oh, Faison Love played Stringer Bell in The Wire the musical.
They must have made a musical for it. I don't know why the fuck you want to do that shit. I want to know who the songwriter is for the musical.
Have you seen The Wizard?
You mean The Wiz?
The Wiz?
Yeah, I've seen The Wiz.
I never have. You know what I meant. Clearly, I never have.
So what did Faison Love say? What did he do now? What's the problem?
So Faison is basically saying that Dave Chappelle, he doesn't really deserve all these accolades, and you know he's not as hot as Kevin Hart, and he doesn't think he's as funny, and his come up wasn't the same.
It's basically the worst argument ever.
Because I shut down all of that because I was like, well, first off, he was like, and what? But besides,
well, his argument was that black people don't find him funny.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can say this. Okay. So I've been following Dave. I grew up on Dave Chappelle, like right before Chappelle's show, like Half Baked, of course, Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Just
I want to go watch that now.
Yeah, literally everything that Dave Chappelle was in. Nutty Professor, I've been a fan of him. So
shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
people, what are the shitlocks?
And he did Def Comedy Jam. So what are you talking about? Black people didn't find him funny. So but I can say this though, like before Dave Chappelle's show, yeah, the black community didn't look at Dave Chappelle's like, yo, yeah, we love him. And until when he came out with Chappelle's show, that's when he, like, people were hailing him up to be like the new Richard Pryor. I could say that. Like that shifted black culture, you know, and especially what he was talking about. More black people started, like, who did not even know that he was a comedian before. They loved him right after that and became like they had him as, you know, their favorite comedian. And he also said that his come up wasn't as it didn't start from the bottom like Kevin Hart's did. Kevin Hart started doing clubs when he was like 16. Dave Chappelle started doing it when he was 14. And literally, you know, started from the bottom all the way to the top. So, and he also made this this statement where he said Dave Chappelle, he hasn't done anything within the past like 15 years. Dave Chappelle's been doing stand-up after he, you know, ran away or whatever. He came back, started doing stand-up in like 08, 09. And this is why he ended up, you know, getting the 40 million deal for Netflix, you know. So it really didn't make any sense to me. I like Faison Love. Dave Chappelle's my favorite comedian of all time. I knew his come up. I know Kevin Hart's come up. He's not really my favorite. Don't really care for him as a stand-up comedian. But
Kevin Hart?
Yeah, Kevin Hart. But you have to give respect where it's due. And Faison Love, nobody even seen his fucking stand-up. So how can you shit on somebody when you got shit on your lip?
We'll ask the Philly fans.
He also called Judd Apatow a bitch ass motherfucker, which is pretty.
Who Faison Love?
Yeah.
How did we come full circle back to Judd Apatow again?
I don't know.
He called. What is going on right now?
Yo, he called Funk Flex a bitch ass motherfucker too, though.
I think he's like the LeVar Ball of comedy.
That is exactly what seems to come out here. Because like I'm reading through the interview and he's just fucking throwing barbs at anybody he can.
Yeah, he got bars. He got diss records. You know, coming that motherfucker is like the past couple of years, he's been saying some outlandish shit where people are like, whoa. Do you mean that? Another person who was like that is Ari Spears.
What do you mean?
Ari Spears says some outlandish shit about other comedians sometimes.
I think Ari Spears is really underrated.
I
think he's a lot better than some really popular comedians. He got
in some hot water right before Jordan Peele came out with Get Out. And he was talking about Key and Peele. He's like, niggas don't fuck with him, and they don't do anything, that to help, they don't create content for the black community, basically. And in a sense, I kind of agreed. I was like, well, anytime when they do, have black characters in their show, it's the very stereotypical, like, yo, what's up, man? Like, niggas don't act like that.
Key and Peele suck all the dicks.
Yeah.
Keegan-Michael Key sucks all the dick.
I like them.
Jordan Peele is borderline genius.
I think, I like them though. They are, like, with Jordan Peele when he did Get Out. That, even though that's a movie that I saw one time and I'm not ever going to see it again. This is one of those movies I just don't want to see. I got it the first time. I just don't really.
It's because you got a white girlfriend.
Yo, that's when that's the first time we started dating. Like when that movie came out, and we saw it in the theater, and I was like, "Listen."
You're like, "Bitch, I'm on to you."
Yeah, I know. I was like, "Listen, I'm a little bit embarrassed to walk in the movie theater with you right now because I know people are staring at us right now, and I'm being scolded by black women, but I say a lot of shit about white people though, but I always go back to say, well, hey, my girlfriend's half white, so
half white, that doesn't give you, that's like cool. A half pass.
I like white people, but I hate white people
unless the other half is like Korean, and then that's kind of like that's the equivalent of a full white pass.
Really? I feel like
there's a math that goes on there. You wouldn't understand, but there's a math that goes on there, and a half white, half Korean is the same as a full white.
That's funny. I think
math. Is that a Korean joke?
Yeah. Are you saying that is a Korean joke? Because I thought that was
That's
funny.
What we call 2 for 1. I insulted Chance and made an Asian math joke at the same time.
Oh shit! God damn.
Ballin'.
2 for 1, motherfucker.
I think when you are mixed with white always dominates unless you are black.
That's not true.
Very true. My girlfriend is half Hispanic and half white. When you look at her, she looks white. So automatically, oh yeah, this white girl. If I look mixed. I'm not mixed. But if I said I was mixed, they'd be like, oh, he's black.
To this day, I still question. Even though I know both your parents.
I've questioned my whole life.
I forget every day. I see you and Danny, and I'm like, wait, I can't remember. And I'm like, I know both your parents.
It doesn't help because we grew up in Columbia, Maryland, too. That fucks it up too. But that's my point. Say if your father was black or mother was black, and you look just like that,
he might be.
You're still.
He's not.
Yeah.
No, my dad's so white he makes me look black.
Yeah.
That's true.
Black dominates, but white dominates too.
Well, which is it, Chance? Which is it?
Ultimately, white dominates. Okay, white takes over every fucking thing.
It's kind of what we do.
Yeah,
it does.
White power.
Except when you're black.
Really sorry about it.
When you're black, that's when go over there.
It depends on the situation. You're like, am I applying to college or am I trying to hail a taxi? Like,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I know I sound ignorant as fuck. I'm sorry. I'm changing my rhetoric, but like, I'm only speaking on how I don't view society this way. but how I've seen society view society this way, if that makes any sense.
Tristan, do you ever get this shit? So, like,
I gotta get out of here soon.
Too fucking bad.
Yeah, I gotta go soon. I got my ride picking me up. No, keep going.
All right, so do you ever get? So, I'm white, fucking super fucking white, but I get like asked if I'm part Asian more often than I'd realize.
I can see that.
I got my squinty eyes.
Yeah, I can see that. I got Asian growing up.
Yeah. What I tend to notice is nobody says anything, but like if it comes up in conversation, they'll be like I'll always tell them about how like my friends at elementary school thought I might be Asian. And as soon as that comes up, they're always like, yeah, I always been meaning to ask you about that.
I'd say more Germanic.
Yeah, I don't really know. My mom was adopted and I don't know half of my grandparents. So they could be Korean, they could be German, they could be Nubian. I don't know.
I have a slave owner in my ancestors. I do know that his name is Pastel. He raped one of the slaves. And
is he a white guy or is he a black guy?
Ain't no black dude. Ain't no black slave raping white women back then.
What? No, that's not. I wasn't implying it. What I was implying was that there were black slave owners.
Oh, okay. No.
So you have wasn't part of that role. White guy who owned black slaves.
That is a good question, though. No, my family wasn't part of that royalty, but yeah. Pastel. He's from South Carolina. It goes back. I don't know how many generations, but yeah, he raped one of the slaves. He raped one of the slaves, and generations later, it comes me. But that's on my mom's side. But my mom's side is dark skinned. My dad's side, they're very light skinned. So it's kind of weird. You know what I mean?
So if we ever get around to granting reparations, you got to be like, nah, not me. I'm out on this one.
Who?
You?
Listen, I want my black reparations.
Your like great grandfather was a slave owner. You don't get reparations if your family owned slaves.
He raped us. Okay, I don't like that nigga.
No, misunderstood. It's not he raped us. We raped them. That's what you say.
Yeah. I still want my money.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm rich.
All right, are we would you rathering before Chance has to catch his Uber or whatever?
Yeah, let's figure this out.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather be attacked by 20 raccoons or by 2 large Rottweilers?
Jesus Christ, that is terrifying.
That's easy for me. I don't know what you guys think. Tristan?
Well, I hate coons.
Jesus Christ. This is a family podcast. I don't know what.
So family. Rottweilers.
Fucked up family, but
Rottweilers. I could deal with Rottweilers.
No, I think it's raccoons. I think raccoons could really fuck me up, but they probably couldn't kill me. They just don't weigh enough. They probably can't draw enough blood. Like they could really fuck up your day and it'd probably be really scary. But a Rottweiler will straight fucking murder your ass.
I wouldn't mind dying from a Rottweiler.
No.
I just hope somebody's there to tell my story.
Or it might be the most painful experience of your life. That's got to be raccoons.
Raccoons is filthy though.
I'd much rather go Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Because I go, there's a Rottweiler, there's a Rottweiler. I have to deal with those. 20 raccoons? 20. Stop saying it like that. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, but you can't, you might take one Rottweiler. You're not taking 2 Rottweilers with your bare hands.
You could take one at least. The other one.
I'm saying you could take one-on-one, but if there's 2 there, you're going to grab a hold of one. The other one's going to fuck you up, and then you're going to lose your grip on the second one, and then they're going to fucking eat your ass together.
I'll absolutely take. I saw that immediately.
I'm
I was
assuming
like, I'll
they're
definitely
junkyard Rottweilers, not like my neighbor's dog who plays with the kids all the time. You know what I mean?
Fuck that.
No. Yeah, Rottweilers. Anyway, would you rather take off all your clothes right now for 20 minutes? Don't. Or not take them off for 2 weeks.
You know, now I remember why I don't like this shit, because these are obvious answers. Yeah, I'll keep my fucking clothes on. Wait,
Yeah,
does jacking off have a count? Because sometimes I like to rub one out in the morning. I like to get my due before I eat breakfast.
I guess you could pull it down to the ankles.
To the ankles? Oh, I'm just.
No, you can undo the zipper. You can't take it down to your ankle.
You're one of those maniacs that uses the fucking like flap on the underwear.
That's true. Wait, how long? I take my clothes off now. How long? I can keep them on for 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. You guys, I'm by myself. You guys can't see my dick. That'd be fine.
That's a glass table, Tristan. How often do we have to tell you this?
No, he's letting us know.
I'll just position my keyboard correctly.
Take his word for it.
That'd be great if it like cut away, like we're talking, and it cuts back, and you're just it's just like buck naked. That would make for a horrifying thumbnail.
Pressed against the desk.
Oh, the bat wing. Would you rather eat? This just makes me think of Philly. Would you rather eat a handful of dirt or a handful of dryer lint?
Dirt.
I
Easy.
think
like
dirt.
Dryer lint would be like eating dirty cotton candy.
I don't even
it'd
think
probably
it
get all
that.
like slimy and sticky. It'd be like paste.
You'd be revolting.
All right. Would you rather turn down a gift of a new Ferrari and free insurance, or get the car and give up sexual activity of any kind for 1 year?
Oh God. Second answer, okay. I mean, no. I'm giving up the Ferrari, actually. Fuck the Ferrari and the free insurance. Give me pussy. You can get pussy without a car.
I'll take that car.
Fuck that. No.
Which Ferrari?
Oh, wait. Yeah, what are we talking about?
I don't want any of that.
86 is a good Ferrari.
I don't want that $160,000 piece of shit that they sell. Like, if it's like, the $2 million FXX, we could talk, but it depends on the Ferrari.
Now, wait, what's sexual activity? Is beating off sexual activity?
Yeah, I would think so.
I'm thinking everything sexual is out the fucking window.
All right. Maybe I'm with you guys. I was thinking like sexual activity, like involving another person.
You think, oh, well, I'll get
like,
the Ferrari,
fuck it,
I'll
beat it for a year. In my Ferrari. Like, suckers.
That's
like, yeah, you getting pussy, but I'm beating it in a Ferrari.
Fucking idiots.
Who does that? Would you rather have to walk on 5-foot stilts for the rest of your life?
Fuck.
Or always have to ride a unicycle to get around?
To get around? Like what, to work?
Huh?
What does that mean? Like to get around, like to work?
Yeah, to work.
Well,
I'm thinking.
I'm thinking.
Get around anywhere.
Well, does that mean
outside of the house?
Say you're at work and you're like, I need to go to the bathroom.
I'm thinking anywhere outside of like your home and like when you have to, drive it anywhere.
It'd take me a month to get to work on a unicycle.
But
I'm not using those stilts.
How are you going to drive your new masturbation Ferrari with 5-foot stilts on?
Still, I mean, stilts go in the trunk, and you got to strap them on whenever you get to where you're going, right?
All right, yeah.
But like,
I like to sit down. Thinking about that, I'm not, I'm not walking to Glen Burnie from Sykesville. That fucking how many miles is that?
A lot for a unicycle?
For a goddamn, what's a lot for stilts? Fuck that.
But that's what we're saying. Like, is it stilts whenever you're walking, but you can still like toss them in the trunk of your beat off Ferrari? And
I'm assuming with either one, you still have to be able to drive long distances, right? Like, like I said, I'm not unicycling 20 miles to work.
Maybe they need to be a little bit more specific, but
you get out of your car and you either have to strap on 5-foot stilts or a unicycle.
I say the unicycle because at least I can learn. I'll be more comfortable with that. The stilts, what if I'm drunk?
And people would think like the unicycle is like cute. People would be like, "Oh, look, it's Chance. He's on that fucking unicycle. He's a wacky guy." If you were on 5-foot stilts, they'd be like, "Yeah, what the fuck is he doing? He's a psychopath."
He's on stilts. The fuck is he? What is he, Steve-O?
I'm pretty sure you have the same reaction to both of those things.
What's the ceiling at Ghost Bar? Like 8 feet? Like what are you doing in there? Can you only go to places that have like a 12-foot clearance?
That's a good point. All right, I'm going unicycle.
Yeah.
Like you're just always like really wedged up against the ceiling.
Hey, you come here often?
Like, hey girl.
Yeah.
Mikey's trying to pour drinks from the ceiling.
Like, you should see my middle stilt.
How many more questions we got here, player?
That is it for Would You Rather.
That is it?
That's it.
Man.
You can go now.
Shit. I'm
out
of
just
this.
Like, peace. Yeah. Like, gets up, walks out. Like, shit. All right, cool.
You know what? It's been great. I like coming on this podcast. It's a lot different from Can't Get Right.
We're excited about season 3 coming out of the gate screaming.
Are you? Don't patronize me.
No, man. I'm excited for you guys to get back on that horse.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about tomorrow. Tupac's rape accuser. She recently did an interview. She hasn't done an interview since '93, and this is the first video interview that she's done.
Tie it in. You got that Tupac Biggie murder mystery series coming out on FX. Like,
I'm not interested in that.
What?
What the fuck is the point? We know the ending of it. Yeah, they're not going to solve the murder. I don't care about that shit.
People didn't not go to Titanic.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, the boat sinks.
Titanic is different because nobody made a story about that until 97 or whatever. We've heard all the shit there's so many documentaries about Pac and Big telling the actual story. Interviews with cops. I'm not interested in this shit. That's it. And they put it on USA Network.
This sounds like hip hop elitism to me.
Hold on a second. USA Network's still around?
Yeah. They shouldn't be on anymore because they don't show Pacific Blue or Viper.
Fucking USA Network killing it. They've got all those like NCISs and.
Do they really?
Yeah. They got all kinds of shows that do.
They need to bring back Pacific Blue though.
I'm down. Pacific Blue.
Nobody watched Pacific Blue.
What?
Sign me up.
Fuck, man. I watched Pacific Blue. That was my shit. And Viper.
I think you just lost your ability to say the N-word.
Wow. That's probably true.
Because you watch Pacific Blue.
What the fuck does that mean? I like Pacific Blue. Pacific Blue was my shit. I was 6 years old watching that shit, okay?
I admire you. I admire your bravery.
Or the other brunette that looked like her. I don't know.
You're like, all white people.
All white people look alike. Yeah.
All right, can we go?
Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate everybody tuning in each week. Thank you very much, Chance, for swinging through and filming one more episode of our podcast than his podcast has.
Educating us.
No problem. That's what I like to do. I like to swing around.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tristan, for phoning in from the great state of Ohio.
Alan, as always, it's always been great, Skylar.
We'll see you next time on the next Alan and Skylar podcast.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.
See you on the next last call. Come on, leave. I can't stop.